Are you ready to get your space, your home all ready for October's energies? In Feng Shui world, in this calendar that we use, we don't consider the October energies to come in until October 7th. So you're gonna be getting this video on October 3rd. That means, yes, October 2nd. So that means that you will have plenty of time to cleanse your coins, to cleanse your space before you replace and make these adjustments. The October energies are interesting. They are just duplicating the yearly energies. So everything that we see in the year is going to be duplicated. The good will be magnified, the not ideal will be magnified. That does not mean that everything is terrible and it all goes bad. It just means that we have to maybe be a little more patient, be a little more thoughtful with our actions, and be more thoughtful with our emotions, be more present, think about the feelings that come up, think about the opportunities that come up, and really assess, is it something that we want to act on, or something that we just feel and let it pass, or again, an opportunity that comes up that maybe we address and then we let it pass. As I look at these energies, I'm about to pull them up here on this screen. When we see duplicated energies, we can also look at the time period beneath that. So I bring in a third number as well, a third energy, to see how it all worked together. So I will be referring to that on my side. I'm gonna bring this floor plan up and these energies up so you can have a guide to look over. I'm gonna tell you some adjustments you can make in each area, where to not have your deep conversations, where to spend more time in, and we're gonna make sure you optimize your October. My name's Jeanette Zizikowski, your go-to Feng Shui consultant. Let's get into it. Okay, coming to you from PowerPoint here. This is the Lo Shu, what we look at to study the different energies coming in for the month. And like I said, it's interesting because October, the numbers repeat. So it's not good or bad, and this also is not some unique phenomenon. If you guys are new to Feng Shui and new to these recordings, and you've never seen them repeat before, you might think like, whoa, it's like a full moon, or it's like Friday the 13th, and there's no good or bad. There's nothing like that. It's just the numbers duplicate, and it happens pretty frequently, so it's all good. What we do in this case, we can often feel like the month is a little stagnant, like we're not making much progress, like things are the same. So if you start to have that mentality, if you start to have that feeling, just know it's the month that it all passes. Energy is cyclical, it ebbs and flows, it's always evolving and changing and moving. And so when you feel stuck, just sit with it. Think, what am I supposed to learn from this moment? And know that you will get a hit of motivation soon. You will get a hit of something soon. Things always pick up and then kind of go down and up and down. Like, it's just life, and the way we make it a little smoother is by sitting with it and thinking, what can I learn in this moment, or what can I appreciate about this moment? Maybe don't worry about being stuck. If this month is a little bit just stale for you, just appreciate all the good things that you have, because that's how you quickly attract better and more of what you want. So in this case, when we look at this Lo Shu, we consider the time period as well. So sometimes there's like 6 numbers in these boxes, sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 1. In this case, in my mind, I didn't want to make it, but there's one more number in my mind. They're on my notes that I'm looking at as we go through these months. First, my face is in the way, but first we are starting with the southeast. I wanted to start with the less ideal areas. So southeast, the first place is over here and over here. We have 2 5s. 5s are notorious to be the hardest to work with, the most difficult to work with. And it's really not an energy that, if we're not feeling great, we want to mess with. Nothing terrible happens. Again, it's all about mindset. You have a lot of control over your space. You have 1/3 control over that part of your energy, and then Feng Shui is another third of that energy of your life. So don't ever underestimate your mindset and your actions and your positivity to make this a positive month. 5, we don't really want to deal with, so we put our 6 metal coins there. I'm going to look down every now and then at my notes to see what I wrote down. There's not much to say other than don't really hang out here if you don't have to. Don't have your deep conversations here. It's my front door. I can't avoid it. So again, if it is what it is, it is what it is. Go ahead and put your coins there and say thank you, coins, for making this month easy, for dissipating any negativity, and there you go. Moving into the south here, we have 2 ones. They're noble stars. 1 is water. These are great, but what is underneath? And so that's really good. If we want to get extra particular and extra in the weeds, we look at the time period. Time period is 3. 3 to me is more difficult to work with than a 5. I find it bothers me more, but it's in the time period, so it's not as amplified. The 1s are great, but that water still generates the wood. So we want to give the wood something to do. And so that's why I recommend adding in a little bit of red. If you do this every month, then you already have like a red envelope or a little red something to be that fire that the wood sends its energy towards. So go ahead and move in some red into the south. But 1 is pretty good for knowledge. It's good for thinking. So south, it's not terrible. Still, southeast is less ideal. So go ahead and add in some red to the south. Like I just mentioned, now we're in the southwest and we have 2 3s. These are the ones that I personally, I'm an earth Ming Gua as well. 3s really grind my gears, to put it lightly. This is all that wood energy. It's a lot of growth, it's a lot of creativity, it's a lot of ideas, but sometimes those ideas can be anxiousness and anxiety. Below in this chart, we have a 5. So we have like the 2 most difficult energies all mingling and hanging out together. And on top of that, 5 and wood clash. So again, frustrating, and this is definitely not the area to have any deep conversations in, to sign any important papers, to do anything important in the southwest. I would just avoid it this month. And so if your work is there, if your desk is there, try and work from the kitchen table, try and work from a coffee shop, try and move it about. In the meantime, or even if you are there, just be more aware of the energy that's present. And I recommend adding in some red that's going to smooth out the wood and the 5. And then just to be safe, add in some 6 metal coins as well to really smooth out wood, fire, earth, and metal energies. Okay, we're picking up here, and now we're on to exciting stuff. The West. 8, as we all know, if you follow all of my content on Instagram or on these videos, subscribe now if you are liking what you're hearing and you're liking this help. I also give insight like this for all of 2021, what you can do for the rest of this year. And then 2022 coming up, we'll have some stuff as well. But if you like these tips, this is how simple it can be to work with the energies, or at least get the insight on knowing what energy is coming in where and how you can use your home effectively and efficiently to really rev up all your manifestations. So subscribe now, or head over to Instagram as well and follow over there for other kinds of tips. Anyway, back to here in the West. This is how I got on that tangent. If you listen to all this content, then you know that 8 is the number to be in 2021. It's such a great number. And so we have 2 of them here. Very exciting. If you have a patio in the West, hang out there, have your morning coffee in the West, really soak up everything going on in the West. And then below that, in the time period, because we're talking about time period a little bit, we have water. We have the 1. 1's also a noble energy. So everything going on in the West is great. It's really just good energy. I can't say enough good things about it. We don't need to do anything here. When we have good energy, we don't. So if you want to rev it up, you can test putting a water feature in this area, but because we don't know the base energy of your home, it's a little hit or miss to use a water feature. Sometimes certain consultants will just say, put one at your front door, but if you don't know the energy at your front door, you don't know what that water feature is amplifying, so you want to be a little careful. That being said, in the West, specifically, if you just are really needing some extra luck, go ahead and give it a shot. Go ahead and put a little water feature in the West, or like I said, water feature or not, you can just use it a lot. Your energy activates energy present. So just use it. Use it, use it, use it. Your energy will activate that energy. A water feature would amplify it a little bit, but so does your energy. So use that space. Have your morning coffee there. Have good conversations there. Make business decisions there. All good. Now we are in the Northwest. In the Northwest, we have 7 and 7. This is 2 metal, chatty. It's the mouth energy. Below that in the time period, we have a 9. 9 is a good energy. The tricky thing with this is they're both fire. Well, they're metal and fire. 7's very complicated. But it can be a lot of fire if negatively affected. So if you have a lot of laundry here, if you have a lot of piles here, if you have a lot of stuff in this area, October might be the good motivation to clean up that area, because when 7's negatively affected, again, with something ugly, with a lot of stuff that it doesn't like, then it can be more of a fiery problem. It can be more arguments. Again, think of the mouth. It can be more fiery debates. So clean up that area. This is where you can move your 3 bamboo stalks to. When 7's on its good behavior, it can be fun. It can be fun fiery. You know, fiery is good. Sometimes it lights that fire within. It can be fun fiery. It can be flirty. So just clean up that area, put in 3 bamboo stalks, and not an area to avoid. Also, though, not the area to have that conversation. Just have a conversation somewhere else in case it is a little bit more tense. But overall, pretty neutral area, I would say. In the north now, we have 2 and 2. Below that 2 in the time period is 4. So again, we have that wood and earth relationship that isn't ideal, but we have the friendly wood energy, and this is a motherly, safe, secure, but also sickness star earth energy. So the 2 is more complicated than the wood, but they don't clash as much as the 3. This can be the sickness star, and because of the time, everybody is just a little feeling a lot. And so, you know, we want our immune systems to be in peak condition so that we can be our best, so we can help other people in the world. So go ahead and put the 6 metal coins in this area to minimize that earth energy, right? Metal minimizes the earth energy. Don't be too worried about this. If you are really sick, if you are watching your health, then maybe avoid sleeping here, maybe avoid spending a lot of time here. I have talked about this, I've joked about this all year. I am best case scenario for how to go through the worst case scenario. My front door is out the southeast and my bed is in the north. I've been dealing with the 2 most negative stars all year, and it has been tough. I mean, I haven't been my 300% happy all the time, but it's, you know, you just go through it, you just push through it. It makes you a little more present and aware, and it makes me work out more. It makes me stay on top of drinking water. So when you know this energy is what you're working with, you do what you can with your actions and your mindset to work with it and make it smooth. So if you are very sick and you really you just don't have a lot of wiggle room to play with, again, I am not a doctor, don't take my advice on that, but you can try and switch up where you are sleeping for the month of October and see if that helps a little bit. In the meantime, you can put your 6 metal coins there and thank them for soaking in all of that tough energy for your health, and then at the end of the month you can release them and recharge them in the sun. Here we've got another great one, the northeast. We have 2 9s. I like to see it. It can be pretty fiery, but again, it's not like it's more of the element, it's just what is there is magnified. So I don't foresee this getting really, really fiery. I think that it's a great area to use. It's a great area to, if you have any kind of job where you have to be seen, where you're interviewed, where you are using your voice. If you're another YouTube person, if you have a podcast, this is a great area. This is a great area like where you're being recorded to be seen. This is a good area to have conversations in, and it's very good for cultivating coming prosperity, coming abundance. It's the thing that helps, it's the energy that helps generate leads and preps for all great things coming in. So it's a very good energy to be using. Nothing to do here, just use it, hang out, soak up the great energy, mix your great energy in here, and it's a good area. We're ending on kind of a neutral point here. Here in the east, we have 2 4s. 4s can be romance. 4s can be love and creativity. So this is really nice if you're trying to call in some romance. That is good for the east area to set your intentions over there. In our time period, we have a 6, which is metal. 6 and wood, metal and wood don't love each other. It's a controlling relationship. So go ahead and add in 3 bamboo stalks here in a black vase and a clear vase. Again, you just want that wood water because the smooth energy goes metal, water, wood. And so you have the 3 bamboo stalks, you have the black to represent the water, or just the water clear vase. Does that make sense? So go ahead and add in those there. Again, it's just a moot area. Nothing too phenomenal about it, nothing terrible about it. Everything is good. I did want to mention back in the Northwest. So here's a tip. Here's a test to see if everybody watches to the end. Back in the Northwest where we have our 797, I mentioned that it can potentially be some fiery. It could be flirty, it could be fiery, it could be good. We want to keep it clean. Go ahead and also, I mentioned adding in some bamboo, but go ahead and add in a little bit of earth as well, because if there is a lot of fire and metal, that earth will smooth out the relationship between the fire and the metal. So earth can be terracotta plants, earth can be yellow. If you just want a pop of soft yellow, if you already have some plants in terracotta, that's good, but you don't really want the wood part of the plant. So if you have any empty terracotta, ceramic decor, that's really good to smooth it all out. So if you just do the bamboo, that's okay. But we want that earth. We want that earth too to finish it out. There you go, little bonus at the end. Overall, this month is going to be 50-50. It's really going to be dependent on everybody's mindset, I feel. 6 is the head space. So also look at your personal energy number. And think about it that way. Everything is duplicated. So for my 8s, there's a lot of you. For my 6s who already maybe feel in the middle, who already feel maybe a little stuck this year in general because they're in the center, they're not traveling around, don't worry. Use this time of not go to be introspective, to think, to journal, to focus inward, and everybody else as well. I think when we're here, I'm almost seeing it as a bit of like a mirror. This is an opportunity for us to check in with ourselves, to slow down. We have a couple more months until the end of the year. How do we really go out with a bang? Remember, 2021 in Feng Shui calendar time isn't over until February. So we don't only have a couple months, we still have January to February. So you still have a good portion of this year to make a lot of changes, to make some turns. Good time to, if you're feeling stuck, don't worry. Know that a lot of people might be feeling that way, and don't see it as stuck. See it as the earth is calming down all the energy so that you have a chance to also slow down, be introspective, think about your actions, think about what you're doing. And so, because sometimes we get in that rush, do, what's next? This is a good month to check in with what you got before the holidays. Be grateful for what you have before these holidays come. How can you make the holidays even better? And just look at yourself, focus inward. That's my message for October. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please like it. You already subscribed when I was talking about the West, I'm sure. If you didn't, go ahead and subscribe now. Hit that notification bell, because these videos, learning how to use all of this energy every month, is going to help you transform a life that you tolerate into one you treasure fast.